2010. I remember when it came out and they're asking the question, like, hey, they said they were going to give us light in 2010. And these guys did this song and said, 2010, don't show. Like, if you understand it's Nigerian, you know what that means. Like, when someone say, it don't show, the meaning is, it's here, finally, it has come. So please, what excuse do you have? But then again, we found out that the challenge of power hasn't been something that you could just see. It's not just buying pure water on the streets. To fix it, you have to do a whole lot more. And that's why every Monday at this time, we bring the key players, those who have been playing in the field to ensure that the problem of power, which has bedeviled our businesses, our lives, can be addressed and fixed. So we call them the Power Solution Finders. And the show is indeed Power Solutions, brought to you by Nigeria Info, of course, in partnership with the amazing All On team, of which I have one of the bosses with me in the studio. It's always a delight to have this great, fantastic minds in the studio at the same time with me. And today, of course, please use the article D. The Adobe is with me in the studio. How are you doing?
Okay, with that introduction, do you really need to ask how I'm doing? Every time I sit here with you, I'm like, okay, it's going to be a good moment.
Yes, I'm happy.
Good to be here, as always. Thank you. I'm more excited about our next guest.
Oh.
Should I introduce her or are you going to do that?
I cannot wait to hear from her. Of course,
Okay.
Go ahead, do the honors, ladies.
Marly Diallo is our guest this morning. I'm super excited because she is a woman in energy, woman finding solutions. She's the founder and CEO of BRT Energy, and they are a battery recovery and energy storage services company. Looking forward to finding out what all of that means.
Welcome. Good to see you. How are you?
I'm great, and yourself? I'm happy to be with you today.
Fantastic. So Lagos, Nigeria. On Power Solutions today, we themed the conversation Circularity and Energy Access. I almost missed that word. Circularity and Energy Access. Well, like you heard, our guest is here, CEO of BRT Energy. I think Adobe has the first question to kickstart this conversation today.
Okay. So Marly, we know you have an interesting career journey. You started selling software, I've read, to founding an energy company. In about 3 minutes, we want to hear that journey. How did you go from selling software to being a woman in energy?
Okay, so thanks for, first of all, I wanted to thank you for being with you today. I'm calling you from Paris, France, so I'm pretty far away. So just to give you an idea of my journey, I mean, I was born and I grew up in France from Guinean parents. And I've been pretty lucky in my career to start my career in Africa. So I've been traveling quite extensively selling banking software. But one of the main challenges that I realized is that the lack of energy. And the lack of energy indeed was an issue, because if you want to sell transformative solution, you cannot sell it to people who don't have access to energy. So this is why I decided to get more interested into the energy sector.
All right, Marly, go ahead. We can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, no problem. So basically I was saying that the fact that I was selling software services, a software solution, and about everything about financial inclusion in general, but the
Okay. All right, just...
Can you hear me?
Yes, we lost you. We had a connection issue there. I think network issue just for a second. But I mean, you were talking about the fact that you were selling software, and then you were about getting into the transition part, which was a question Adobe asked just a while ago. So yes, you could go ahead now. We can hear you. Okay, we try to fix that connection issue and then move on with the show as we proceed this beautiful day. A lot of questions to ask, a lot of things to hear from our guest. Okay, she's back. Fantastic, Marly. So,
Okay.
yes, you can conclude your thoughts on Adobe's question before we move to the next.
All right. So basically, I was saying that if you don't have access to energy, the main problem is that people cannot they cannot communicate by phone. They don't have access to information, and children, families, micro entrepreneur are impacted. And I was always talking about this example of me going to my tailor in Accra, and he was always complaining about the fact he didn't have electricity to finish my clothing. So this is why I decided basically to get more interested into that sector. I'm still into the financial services, but I decided to work more on the energy space.
Okay, Nancy, tell us about, you've talked about, just let's know a bit more about your business experience as a female entrepreneur, heading a company in what I describe as a predominantly male environment. This is a question that's very necessary for every woman. I wish we get to a point where we don't need to ask this question, that gender will not be a reason, to create a question out of it. But we understand. We can't come here and pretend like it's an easy space to be, especially in a predominantly male-dominated environment. So what has been your experience as a female entrepreneur heading a company like this?
Look, I would be lying if I say that it's something easy, because it's not. But I've been working for the past 12 years in a male environment sector, so it was nothing new to me. But I can say as a woman that it's not. I mean, it's not easy as a woman to get funding and to be treated, I would say, fairly when it comes to raising funding, because there's a lot of studies showing that most of the companies, startups that are raising funds are male dominant, I would say, or led by male. But I can tell you by experience that I've been able to be part of management program for African women that really helped me to understand that it's not a matter of looking at the challenges and saying that we cannot do it. It's a matter of saying you can really do it. You need to be able to knock at the door and not being afraid to knock at the doors. And I'm that kind of person. I have this business development acumen. I'm not afraid to knock at doors. So I don't see it as a challenge.
That's awesome.
Quite inspiring.
That's awesome. So you said your parents are from Guinea. You were raised in France. So I'm curious. I know that you launched the company in Lagos. And you also have operations in Ghana and Rwanda.
Correct.
That's an interesting, you're really multinational. I love that. But why Lagos? Why Ghana? Why Rwanda?
I won't say that I'm not against Francophone Africa, because I'm originally from Francophone Africa, but I've been more working in Anglophone Africa throughout my career. I've developed a network of friends, of partners, and I became very familiar with this market. I know, and maybe people like the French accent when I try to explain what I'm doing. I don't know, but like you said, at the very beginning, we started in Lagos. It didn't work as we wanted, so we decided to go to Ghana and Rwanda. Ghana, why Ghana? Ghana is a country close to Nigeria. We are working with Nigerian customer, so we believe that when you start in Ghana and you have satisfied, happy customer who are Nigerian customer, it's a great pilot to re-enter the Nigerian market.
Okay.
Awesome.
Interesting to know. So I was going to ask, just on the side, BRT, what does it stand for? Because there's a setting popular, there's something Lagosians know as BRT here, so it'd be nice to hear what your BRT stands for. Very, very, very pertinent. And before we move to the next question. So what does it stand for?
It stands for Battery Regeneration Technology.
Okay, battery regeneration technology, and now that's out of the way. So, and I think that's got to the next question. But before we go into that, battery storage is a critical aspect of renewable energy solutions. So, we know that BRT has big goals in reducing capex on battery purchases. So, what are they, and how do you hope to achieve this?
Look, battery represent the highest capital and operational costs of any power system, and that's the reality. And we want large battery users to understand that we can reduce the capex, and this is the critical part. If you have an effective LED battery monitoring and management, you can reduce the lifetime cost of ownership, and you can make battery storage more affordable, and therefore increase the access to energy. That's the main goal.
Okay. While we're on battery, so I was doing some research, obviously, before we spoke to you. So I know there are three kinds of battery that we talk about in everyday lingo. There's lithium ion, there's lead acid, and there's nickel cadmium.
Correct.
But the focus is always on lead. I know that in Africa, lead is what powers cars, gens, solar stuff. Just tell me what the three are and why do we focus on lead?
Lead is largely used in Africa and across the world. This technology has been around for more than 150 years. Lithium ion is more recent and has proven capabilities of being able to last longer in the market. But the problem with lithium ion and even with lead acid, the current problems that we have is that we don't have enough recycling capabilities in the continent. So why we are pushing lead acid battery maintenance with BRT is mainly because we are mainly using them in Africa, first of all, but it's also the environmental impact can be less if you recycle and if you maintain them.
All right. Very interesting. If you're just joining us, it's coming up to, we are 11:45. That's what the time is saying. That's a quarter of an hour before 12. And we're on Power Solutions, brought to you by Nigerian Info and All On. We do have a special guest joining us, speaking to us from France. I don't know whether it's from Nice or from Paris, wherever, but she's speaking to us from France. Her name is Marly Diallo, and she's the CEO of BRT Energy, and we're looking at circularity and energy access. That's what we theme the conversation. But my next question has to do with the word regeneration. So battery regeneration, what does that mean? What is the technology behind it?
Okay, so regeneration is basically a process that reverses the natural sulfation of the battery, and it will restore basically the battery to its original condition or as close as possible. In the market, especially in Nigeria, people are more familiar with the battery boosting, meaning that you put a little bit of charge to increase the battery capacity for a little. But we do a full regeneration. Just to give you an example, we've been working with one telco in Ghana who had battery sitting at their warehouse for years. The capacity of the battery was close to zero, and we've been able to bring back the capacity to 70%, meaning that they would have 7 hours of backup.
Wow.
That's interesting. I also read, actually, while we're on that point, that 1.2 million tons of batteries need servicing yearly in Africa. That's a huge number to get one's head around.
Wow.
So how much of that, for example, does BRT have contact with yearly? 1.2 million tons.
Look,
that's a
wow.
lot.
We are starting, but what everyone's need to understand at the minute is that up until now, people consider battery as disposable. The same way you have your cell phone. When your cell phone, the battery is dead, you will throw away the phone. You won't even consider replacing the battery. So this is the reality that we have. People don't consider the battery as something that can be maintained in the long run because as Africans, we still don't believe that we can do this service ourselves. And this is what we want to bring in with BRT, being able to create job locally, to train people, and also make understand companies and large battery users that they can use battery in a more sustainable way. They can make saving, and they can create job locally.
All right. That's interesting. Just question is just running through my mind. And how often do batteries, need changing or servicing? And does BRT offer that such services as well? Like how often? And then you offer such services? It's like a 2-in-1 question.
Yeah, we don't really offer the replacing battery service.
Okay.
But what I can tell you about the battery is that manufacturer will say that the batteries can be used for 12 years, up to 12 years. But the reality of the ground, especially in our African environment where you have humidity, you have heat, the battery can sometimes only last 3 years. So what we can do by bringing good monitoring, proper maintenance, we can make those batteries last until the manufacturer lifespan of 12 years. So just think about the saving. From 3 years to 12 years, it's a big saving that you can make.
Wow.
Well, I'm thrilled that Lagos is an area that you're doing a lot of. Well, Nigeria, is it Lagos or Nigeria? It's
Nigeria and Adderall.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we also know that you're setting up regeneration centers. Is it all over Nigeria? Tell us about that. Where are they? Where would they be located?
Okay, so we are currently working on a re-market entry plan with Olon, and I'm really grateful to be supported by your organization. And our goal of obviously is to cover the whole country, but it will go on phases. We have to, because it's important to make it right this time and grow progressively.
Okay. Very interesting. So, I won't lie. Like, I've just been baffled hearing you talk with the knowledge and what you aim to do. And the major revelation is if the number of batteries that are just lying down there, nobody really wants to, because nobody thinks that they have to, they can bring it back to life and things like that. So that pushes me to want to ask you this question. And we know that energy storage is, as we have established today, plays a major role in increasing access to energy, which is a major talk on this show. So what are we lacking the most for the growth of the sector in Nigeria, specifically, in your view?
I don't think it's not a lack, but it's just that it doesn't exist yet. Okay. We need to make sure that energy, the ESM, the energy storage management, is in place in any organization. And how this thing will be in place, it's like bringing awareness. It's training people about the benefit of optimizing storage in the short, medium, and long run. People don't have the knowledge. Like I said at the very beginning, they think that batteries are disposable. They have people collect them, they dismantle them in a not very environmental friendly way, and it impacts the population in a very negative way. So now it's really a question and a matter of bringing the awareness. And without this awareness, it will be difficult to move forward.
Awareness.
That enabling environment we always talk about, right? So we also know that BRT runs a workshop for students. Is that correct? This is what we're planning to do exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. I'm just looking at everything you're saying. I won't lie. I'm really inspired, and I hope the listener. We have listeners across Lagos and across Nigeria, and I'm sure they're listening right now and getting inspired for many reasons. The plans and what you're doing, and we indeed look forward to all the great stuff you want to do here in Africa and what you're doing. We say more power to your to your elbow, as it were. I don't know how to say that in French. It's a common saying, more power to your elbow. How do you say that in French? Okay.
More grease.
More grease your elbow.
In other words,
Anyways,
yeah.
I think maybe it's an English saying. Don't mind me.
Please do
Don't mind me.
guess,
Must be
maybe.
an,
I like putting people on the spot. Don't mind me. All right. I love just
must
to
be
hear
an
that
anglophone
language.
thing, not francophone, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So what? We have read that your company BRT Energy is setting up regeneration centers. You also talked about that, and she asked you. You said where specifically. I just wanted to reiterate on that. Would it be in Lagos, Nigeria, or in parts of Nigeria? Where and how would people have access to these centers?
Look, the plan is to have centers where you have a lot of off-grid solar system. So there are specific region. I don't want to say the wrong names and so forth, but there are specific region where there are a lot of plan with solar energy. So the plan is to have regeneration services center, closer to where there's a massive, huge use, of solar energy system.
Okay. Okay. Looking forward to
Our time is really fast spent, but I mean, I think you have.
Do you have time for one question?
Why not?
So
Come
very
on.
quickly,
Please go ahead.
what's next for BRT? And what's next is one part of the question, and we have time. What are some of the challenges you're having taking the business to the next level?
Look, what's next for us is to finance our growth. I mean, we are not only, like you mentioned, we are not only in Nigeria, we are in Ghana and Rwanda, but we would like to continue the promotion of the importance of responsible consumption around batteries in general, and also make people more aware about the benefit of maintaining them properly, and that's also the fact that it will increase energy access in the long run. I don't really foresee major challenges. We have proven with a lot of work and dedication that the service that we're offering is efficient. Now it's a matter of knocking at the right doors, working with the right partner. This is what we're doing now with Olon, and this is why I'm here with you today as well. So bringing the awareness is the key thing, especially when it comes to Nigeria.
Always refreshing when people in Nigeria doing business say they don't see challenges. I like that.
That's right. We'll run for a break now. Our time is fast spent for that. And when we come back, can we wrap up now? No, let's go for that break
Let's do that
quickly.
break.
Let's quickly pick some bills and then come back and say our bye-byes. Perhaps you say a word or two in French for us. Just saying.
Okay.
Oh, I can just say one thing. The fact that you say Nigerian doesn't see challenges. In French, we say il n'y a pas de problème, il n'y a que des solutions.
Vraiment.
Il n'y a pas de problème, il n'y a que des solutions.
Vraiment. Vraiment.
Parfait.
We'll be right back. Stick around.
Thank
If you
you.
want better correct flour, no they slow down, no. Just grab Elkri Super Oat Flour. Ideo, Oswalo, Tubego, Yasirilo, morning, afternoon, for night.
Elkri Super Oat Flour. Now all weather flour where you fit to use as swallow to chop your favorite soup. Contain plenty fiber, protein, and better energy. You go get them for any shop near you. Elkri Super Oat Flour, your new healthier choice.
I feel alive, so alive. When I'm with my best friends, indulging my G exotic. Nothing makes my drink more than when the mixer is delightful G exotic. And after a long day, I wanna relax with the taste of my G exotic.
Indulge and get lost in the deeply satisfying taste of the Chi Exotic range of delicious fruit blends.
Chi Exotic Nectar. I love the taste. Now available in can.
Home. There's something about it. From the feeling of peace and serenity.
Bros. Why so deep? Home is anywhere the Airtel home broadband is. That's all.
Enjoy more data than before on Airtel Home Broadband. Get a router for 25,000 naira with up to 160 gigabyte and a MiFi for 12,000 naira with up to 55 gigabyte. Reliable home broadband by
Airtel, the smartphone network. EUC Homes is inviting all interested realtors to come and partner with us. There is so much to gain from EUC Homes financially. Partner with us and enjoy the benefits that comes with it. Join EUC Homes today. Contact us on 0817 194 7272. That is 0817 194 7272 and start making millions from commissions. All you need is to keep selling and you can become a millionaire even from one single sale. Oh yes, yes. When it comes to real estate, EUC Homes stand out and they offer a lot more than you can imagine. And we have over 40 estates in Lagos, very genuine and affordable. Join EUC Homes today and start living that good life. For more inquiries, please call 0817 194 7272. That is 0817 194 7272.
You are listening to your number one station for talk.
Your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Well, the words are clear. Let's talk, and that's what we do on Nigeria's number one for talk, 99.3 Nigeria Info in the city of Lagos. We have less than a minute to leave. We'll let our guests go now, but what a conversation it's been, Adobe.
Honestly. Really good having you, Marly.
Twice.
I liked what you said about raising awareness. Certainly, there is need to raise awareness. This show that we do is one way that we raise awareness and create that enabling environment. So good luck, and it'd be good to know what else you're doing. Final thoughts?
Final thought? Look, I just want to remind people that access to energy is the key driver to economic development. And I believe that as African, we can do things by ourselves and that we should not be afraid to do it.
Well said. Powerful words there from a powerful woman who is playing big in the renewable energy space. And she's been our guest today on the show talking about Marly Diallo. She's the CEO of BRT Energy. And I've had the pleasure to host this show with Adobe Onuwinde. She is the Policy and Partnerships Manager of All On.
Thank you.
And this is where we walk away, right?
It's good to do this stuff with you.
Take
care.
Thank you. Thank you again. Bye.
Bye. Stay safe.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh, guys, that's it. Stay tuned.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.